FA Cup action this week and all eyes on Chelsea, particularly whether or not we'll be seeing Christian Pulisic with his first start under Thomas Tuchel. So what's the latest here, Mark?
Well, Pulisic missed the game at Sheffield United at the weekend because of family reasons. He didn't make the squad, but he trained at Cobham, Chelsea's training ground, on Wednesday. So he is in contention to play at Barnsley, which is, a big game for Pulisic because he hasn't started on the Tuchel yet. And I think Tuchel has promised there'll be changes. So this could be the opportunity for Pulisic to start for the first time under his new manager, his old manager, but his new manager, and make an impression. Because I think we have to say that Pulisic's second season at Chelsea hasn't been as good as his first, and he has a bit of catching up to do.
The talent's obviously there, so do you think he still has to prove himself to his new coach?
I think so, because he scored 2 goals all season, hasn't scored since December. And Chelsea have certainly overloaded themselves with attacking players in the last 12 months. They brought in Timo Werner, Hakim Ziyech, they brought in Kai Havertz. So there's a lot of competition for places. Mason Mount's had a good season. Olivier Giroud always delivers the goals. So, Pulisic's got a lot of competition. And I think, look, he has a previous relationship with Tuchel, having played under him at Dortmund, being given his debut. But the Premier League is a different environment. I think, last season was a strange, and it took a long time to get going. And once he did get going in the Premier League for Chelsea, he had a great second half of the season, certainly after the lockdown. Now in that situation again, whereby questions are being asked about him. Does he have the physical strength? He certainly has the quality, but, I think Tuchel's had 4 or 5 games in charge and he's not started him yet, which tells you that he's not fully convinced that Pulisic can be the answer. So if he does start at Barnsley, which is a tough game, they're a championship team, but they're a decent team at Oakwell at home, it'll be a big test for Pulisic. So if he plays, if he starts, he has to take the chance and show that he once again can be a big player for Chelsea.
You talked about the physical aspect of it as well, because it's not easy for many of these players when they seem to go on a run, they then get injured as well. So maybe that's something he could look at.
I think so. I think, in fairness to Pulisic, a lot of players come from the Bundesliga into the Premier League and they find it difficult. They find the physical aspect of the game difficult, not because they're not physically strong enough, but I think it's more about the volume of games. And I think you can mention a lot of players, Havertz and Werner have struggled this season at Chelsea, but going even further back, Shinji Kagawa took a while to settle at Man United, Henrik Mkhitaryan struggled at United and Arsenal. So when players do come from the Bundesliga to the Premier League, it is a tough transition. And let's not forget, Pulisic is still very young. He's still a kid learning the game. So, time is on his side, but with a new manager coming in, a guy that who knows him, I think he has to take every chance that he gets. So if he plays at Barnsley, it could be the biggest game of the season for Christian Pulisic.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPN FC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.